4868.
4868.
Code 00506.
Certified Cecily Mbarire of ID 11584953 is validly registered for the county government election to be on the 9th day of August. Congratulations. We should abide by the code of conduct. Just thank you.
It's a big step. It's a big step being cleared today.
Yes.
Because now it means that we are officially in the race and legally in the race. And I just want to thank God for this far He's brought me. I thank God that I've been able to get up to this stage. And I'm trusting Him even for the next phase of the journey. And we are indeed extremely happy that we now have the certificate of clearance to be able to run for the seat of governor, Embu County, together with my deputy governor. And we are raring to go, and we are set to go and ready to, to get to every part of this country, to go to every valley. We'll go to every valley, climb every hill that we must climb, to be able to get votes, not just for ourselves, but for the UDA candidates and for our presidential candidate, Dr. William Ruto. Yeah. First, it's a message of peace and unity, because quite honestly, we've seen politics and campaigns cause a lot of divisions and conflict amongst the people. I'll be urging them to maintain the peace and to continue being together as a community, because beyond the 9th of August, Embu County must stand. My prayer and my wish is to see that Embu County becomes the model county that had elections that were free of violence. I also hope that we'll also respect each other as candidates, no insults, that we will not vandalize other people's campaign materials, as I've seen in the last 1 week. Some people were apprehended by the police as they were trying to vandalize my posters in Mbarire South. And so I really hope that we can just let everybody talk to the people normally, sell their manifesto, because that is what should guide the people in determining who it is they will elect. We've already started, actually, from the day the campaigns were officially declared by IEBC. We've already started our campaigns, but going to the ground, we are hitting the road starting tomorrow. We'll be going to the villages, to the communities. We are going to do intense door-to-door campaigns with our teams across the county, and we are hoping, and then we'll also be meeting strategic sector groups that will help us in winning this election. Yeah. The most critical for me is the area of agriculture, because this is an agricultural county. Most of our revenue comes from agriculture, and so we'll be looking into the key agricultural products that we have in the country, top among them being coffee, tea, milk, macadamia, avocado, mira, very the in thing nowadays that is now in the market. We'll be looking at matters concerning dengue. We'll be looking at maize, beans, everything that we have and the many fruits that we are blessed with here. And one of the things we'll be looking at is the issue of creating market linkages for the farmer, because when people don't have good markets, then they don't get good prices for their products. So I will be having a very strong Ministry of Agriculture with a very strong department whose main purpose will be to market Embu County, to market the produce of Embu County, so that we can be able to fetch the best prices for agricultural products. The other thing we shall be doing is to make sure that we improve on our extension services. Extension services currently are like non-existent. So we will revamp the extension service sector. We will make sure that this agricultural extension officers are able to work closely with the farmers so that they can be able to give them the best advice and information that they require, capacity building of our farmers, so that we are also getting high yielding species of crops that we are planting. We'll also be looking at value addition of our agricultural products. In particular, I'm very keen on pushing for full production of our milk so that we are selling a finished product, whether it is the milk itself, yogurt, cheese, all those things. We want to have a fully fledged milk processing plant here in Embu. One of the things that we discussed when the Deputy President was around was, can we even think of the KCC cooling plant that we have in Runyenjes? Can it now be pushed to the next level of production so that we can employ more people and we can be able to fetch more money for the farmer? So that's one of it. The other thing is that I'll be looking at value addition for our macadamia nuts, value addition for our mangoes, value addition for our avocado. Basically, we are going to not just wait and sell our products raw from the farm. We would like to add value and look for markets for the same out there. The other thing I want to promise the people of Embu County is I'm going to revamp the health sector. The health sector right now is on its knees, and there's a hue and cry across the entire county about the status of our health centers and of our hospitals. If you go there, there's no medication, the equipment doesn't work, there's underemployment in terms of the number of nurses and doctors vis-a-vis the number of patients. We'll be looking at how we can improve on that so that we can be able to provide proper services to our patients, to our county, and especially so the level 5 hospital is going to be very key in my agenda, and making sure just the entire health sector is revamped and working as it should. The other thing that I'm going to be looking at is the issue of revenue collection, local revenue collection. A lot of the money gets into the wrong hands. A lot of the money collected locally does not find itself in the county account and will not come back to help the people. So be looking at how we can digitize the entire process of revenue collection and making sure that there's accountability in the way the money is collected and how it is even used. My plan is that for every local revenue collected, we shall have an account for each sub-county. And once that money is collected, we want to push it back where it came from so that it can help improve the services at the level where the money came from. So, for example, if we are getting like 100 million a year out of sand harvesting, why don't we take that money back to the people of Mbarire so that we can start to help the people of Mbarire? We'll also be looking at the issue of roads. Most of our roads are in dire need. I am particularly keen to make sure that we have motorable roads so that we can be farmers are able to get their produce to markets as fast as possible. And also, I will be pushing for water, making sure that we have domestic water in every homestead, and making sure that women don't have to walk long distances to fetch water, that they can be able to get water within their locality or within their homesteads. And then I'll make sure that it is clean water that they'll be using. Then, of course, there's the whole issue of irrigation. Embu County is increasingly demanding for more water for farming. And it is because of climate change, you know, the seasons are no longer as reliable as they used to be. So we will be pushing for the construction of the 3 mega dams in Embu County, and that's a conversation we've had with the Deputy President, our presidential candidate, when he held the economic forum here in Embu County. We'd like to make sure that those 3 dams are taken up by the national government, and we are able to get some money to construct the 3 dams, namely Doshi Dam, Kamomo Dam, and Rupingazi Dam. If we can have those 3 dams constructed, it will certainly turn around the county in terms of food production, and we are able to have enough for ourselves and enough to sell elsewhere. Finally, I will be looking very keenly onto the issue of economic empowerment of our people. The overarching principle or clarion call of our campaign as the Kenya Kwanza and UDA is the whole issue of bottom up. So I'll be working to see to it that we are able to empower youth, women, everybody that is really at the bottom of the pyramid, so that they can be able to move to the next level. And one way of doing that will be access to credit facilities that are cheap and affordable. And when you are looking at that, we are not just looking at what the county government can do, but also what we can partner with the national government and be able to provide even credit facilities at as little as 3 to 5%, especially to farmers who are farming either miraa or coffee or tea. Right now, the kind of credit they get is very expensive. It is at up to 18%, completely unaffordable and cannot keep you in business. So we'll be looking at that, and I'm happy it's also a discussion we have had with our Deputy President and our presidential candidate on how we make sure that everybody gets access to credit facilities. The inclusion of young people, both in the leadership of the county and in skills development, and making sure that they have resources to be able to start their own business, income generating activities at their level, will be very key. So we are going to partner very closely with the vocational training colleges, with the TTIs in the county, so that there's a way that we provide bursary, sponsor these students, they get technical skills, and upon completion, we provide them with the necessary tools and resources to be able to start their own businesses, because not all can be able to end up being employed either in government, or we will be encouraging young people to start their own businesses. And one way of also empowering young people is if we are doing construction and we need to do windows, we need desks for schools, we need doors for schools, how can we make sure that those contracts are given to these young people who have been in these technical training colleges, so that they can be able to make their own money and stand on their own. So I'm also promising that to the women, to the youth, to the persons living with disability, we are going to make the program of AGPO, access to government procurement opportunities, a reality in Embu County. 30% of all procurement must go to this sector, so that we can also empower them, and they can be able to get to the levels the others are. Yeah. I don't know.